So I've decided it's finally time to shave my beard. I'm a little nervous because I haven't shaved it in almost 2 years, 1.5 years. But I've got to shave it. I got to shave my beard. Shaving my beard. I feel young again. Founders Canadian Breakfast Stout. Today we're going to talk about this lovely craft beer from Founders Brewery in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Before I get into it though, I want to point out to you that according to the brewery, this will be the last batch of Canadian Breakfast Stout for the foreseeable future. What does that mean? I'm not exactly sure. However, I can tell you, making beers like this, big cask-aged beers, takes a lot of time, a lot of space, and a lot of just resources in general. So these are very high-cost beers. It makes sense to me that Founders at the size they're at right now, plus with what's happening with craft beer globally, which is kind of starting to slip, is they're having to make this monetary decision of pulling something like this from their lineup because it's probably just costing them too much, which sucks for us, but I get it. So this just came out about a week ago, a little over a week ago. It hit the shelves. I highly recommend you go and try to buy some of this beer. It comes in 4-packs. It's like $21, $22 for a 4-pack, which is kind of expensive, but it's completely worth it. And you can only buy one per customer, so I would go out and try to get them now before they all sell out. I'm gonna go today after I film to try to pick up as many as I can from the various places that have them. I got it from Liquor Express, of course, because Liquor Express rocks. However, I don't know if they still have any in stock. I would call in advance. Anyhow, a little bit about the beer and the brewery. So Founders is from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and they were made in 1997. So these are one of the OGs of the craft brewing renaissance in America. Not as old as Sierra Nevada or Sam Adams, but they were one of the early adopters. And what's great about these guys is they make a wide variety of beers, and they're mostly excellent. Very highly rated beers. The Canadian Breakfast Stout has a 100-point score on Beer Advocate. That's pretty fucking high. And that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, craft beer rating system in the world. So 100 points does mean a lot. The cool thing about this beer is that it represents a evolution. So its origins lie in the Breakfast Stout, which is a coffee chocolate year-round stout that Founders makes. It has a baby on the front, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And the Breakfast Stout evolved into the Kentucky Breakfast Stout, where they amplified the strength of the beer, added more of everything, and then put it into a bourbon barrel. Wonderful beer also. And then in 2011, apparently there was a ex-bourbon barrel that was aging maple syrup in it. I think for a separate company in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. So once the maple syrup was pulled out, Founders all of a sudden had an ex-bourbon, ex-maple syrup barrel. What else to do with it than to put the Kentucky Breakfast Stout into it? And so that's what they did. And thus, Canadian Breakfast Stout was born, presumably because Canadians like maple syrup, allegedly. I'm really excited to try this beer because it changes from year to year. Big complex beers like this, it's hard to do it with pinpoint precision every year. So there's always a little bit of variability between the vintages. I have not had 2019 yet. I'm really excited to try it, and you're gonna be along for the ride with me. But enough fucking around, let's taste this beer. The head on this beer is gorgeous. It is very enduring. I poured this a while ago since I took that, bottle shot, and the head is just stuck around. It's got darker, kind of like dark tan, brownish towards the outside of the ring, and the inside is a little bit lighter in color. It's gorgeous. Otherwise, it's pitch black, as you'd expect from a gigantic imperial stout like this. I can smell it from here, but I'm really excited to shove my schnoz into it. Oh, this is like, imagine you're in Willy Wonka's factory and you're taking the tour and you get to that point where the chocolate river is and like the grass and all the pretty trees and all that shit, and it's all made out of chocolate. This is what I imagine that must have smelled like if it actually happened. It's just layers of chocolate and cream and maple and a little bit of a bourbon character, like a little bit of that spice and vanilla and caramel. It's not often that I get to taste masterpieces. It's actually very, very rare. I could probably count on one hand things that I put into my mouth that were completely flawless. This is one of them. The 2019 Canadian Breakfast Stout. It's flawless. It's absolutely fucking perfect. Maybe that's why they're discontinuing the beer, is because they're like doing a mic drop, because it's so fucking perfect. Everything is completely integrated. All of the flavors, all the chocolate and the coffee and the maple and the bourbon and all the roast and the malt are just perfectly integrated together with a beautifully approachable and soft, pillowy palate, which is very unusual for gigantic imperial stouts like this. This is 11.2%, I think. You expect more bite, you expect more punch, you expect more bitterness, more roast, but it's just a pillow of chocolate. I mean, it's gorgeous. The finish is lingering, but it's not like pervasive, and there's nothing negative about it. It just keeps going and going. This is just so fucking good. It makes me want to whisper about it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna cut this video short so I can go and buy as much of this shit as I can before they stop making it for the foreseeable future, whatever that means. This is so fucking good. Oh, fuck. Like I said, I think Liquor Express has it, so I would check there first. Maybe Rocket City Craft Beer, I'm not sure. So good. It's like $21 a 4-pack, and it'll age for a long time. Oh. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. I hope you learned something new today. Go and buy this beer as soon as you can. It'll be gone very fast, and you don't want to miss this. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. So, until next time, I'm Jeremy Concepcion. This is the Ethanol Review, and we're gonna keep tasting more fucking alcohol. Bye.